My name is Garrett McGuiness. I am a third-year student at Hofstra Law, and I am a legal extern for the fall semester of 2025. So I spend most of my time in the transactional department, but occasionally I'll get assignments from the litigation department as well. On the transactional side, most of our day-to-day work is dealing with closings, whether it's the documents leading up to closing, the closing itself, or anything that needs to be handled after the closing. So if we have a closing that day, a large portion of it is taken up by the actual closing itself. If not, it's usually a lot of preparation of documents and reviews of reports and stuff to make sure that we're giving our clients the best representation. I mostly work with Rosemary, Zoe, and then Zuri, the paralegal. They're awesome. They're very hands-on, and they knew right away that this wasn't something that I had a lot of experience with, so they were very patient with me, but also very open to teaching me how everything works. And I was, never afraid to go to them with any questions. They've been amazing. I would say the first closing was definitely my favorite, solely because it was something that I've never been a part of before. It's nothing I've ever experienced. And I guess now, I would say my two favorite days were the first closing and then the last closing I went to, because it just shows me how much you can learn in a couple weeks and how big of a difference it is, from the first closing, knowing absolutely nothing, to kind of just sitting there being a non-participant, to in the last closing, actually providing some help and feeling like I was actually a part of the process. Firm culture is awesome. Everyone I've met here is super nice, super welcoming. Everyone's door is always open. I know a lot of places will say they have an open door policy, but at ALB, you walk through the entire office and unless they're on a call, no one's door is closed. Everyone's always open to giving advice. If you have a question about anything, something that one of the attorneys specializes in, they're always willing to talk. Adam is an awesome guy. He's an amazing boss. I spend most of my time in the transactional department. So when I'm over there, I'm primarily under Rosemary, but when I do interact with Adam, he's extremely nice. It's always an amazing conversation, and he's been an amazing mentor, throughout a process where me entering a field of law that I have little to no experience in, he's been an amazing guide through this process. I was hesitant just because I knew, like many legal externs, it makes your schedule a lot more difficult throughout the semester, but it is 100% worth it. You don't get hands-on experience like this anywhere else, and you definitely don't get this in school. These couple months are months I'll look back on throughout my entire legal career, just very grateful for.